Now, when I first decided to do this review, I did not expect how close the performance would be between the 7i and the P16. We have an RTX 5060 versus an RTX 5090. And this 7i is more than half the price of the ProArt P16. I think it's gonna blow your mind. Let's get into it. I know a lot of you are wanting to know which is the best bang for buck laptop for creators. We have SD card readers on both devices. We have a 120 Hz display now available on the P16. We have a 240 Hz display on the 7i. We have glass trackpads on both devices, color gamut displays, fantastic performance. So the question is, which one should you purchase? We're gonna look at the build quality, we're gonna look at the features and functionality, and then we're gonna look at the performance to help you make the right decision for your needs. At any point, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, head down in the description below, click those links. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel live and the helpful content coming your way. First and foremost, form factor. You can see here that the P16 is just slightly thinner than the Legion 7i, and without the ledge along the back, it's a slightly smaller form factor on the, I guess, depth, you could call it, on the P16. Now, you have an aluminum top cover, bottom cover, and keyboard deck on the P16, so definitely a more premium device. You have plastic top cover, plastic bottom cover, plastic keyboard deck, but you do have this aluminum band wrapping the Legion 7i. So I do like the overall build of the 7i, but it's gonna be a little bit more of that budget-friendly build compared to the P16. Weight and thickness coming up on the screen, very similar in the weight of these two devices. You can see the exact specifications coming up on the screen on both weight and thickness. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the ports. On the right side panel, they both boast the SD card reader and USB Type A's. We have a manual cutoff switch for the webcam on the Legion 7i and a USB-C on the Pro 16. Now, flipping them over, you can see we have Thunderbolt 4 port on the 7i, USB-C headphone jack, and a USB Type A. Our HDMI port is going to be on the back side of the Legion 7, along with the power adapter port as well. HDMI power adapter. Jumping up here, you can see that we have the power adapter for the P16, HDMI, USB-C, USB-A, and a headphone jack. So very similar port connectivity for these two devices. Now, going ahead and flipping them over, let's take a look at the upgrade path. That's one area that if you like to upgrade your laptop, the Legion 7i is really going to stand out. Two M.2 slots, two upgradable RAM sticks for the Legion 7i. For the ProArt P16, we have two M.2 slots, but we don't have upgradable RAM. You can get it with 32 or 64 gigs of RAM, but whatever you order it for from the online store or from the manufacturer, that is what RAM you'll be kept with. You can upgrade the RAM on the Legion 7i. Let's take a look at ventilation. We have ventilation on the bottom cover and along the back side of both devices. However, on both devices, we do not have ventilation on the side panels, as you saw during our scan of the ports. Now, before we flip the laptops over, you have speakers on both the bottom of the laptops, but for the P16, we have speakers on the keyboard deck. Let's take a listen to an audio sample from both devices so you can see which one you like better. Personally, I think the P16 has better audio with those upward-facing speakers. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at opening and closing the lids on these two devices. Both open and close easily with one hand, and you can see the screen bounce on the Legion 7i is slightly better. This ProArt bounces a little bit more with the screen hinges kind of connecting on the exterior of the device rather than coming out of the keyboard deck on the Legion 7i. So I definitely like the hinge configuration for long-term durability and rigidity out of the Legion 7i. One thing I want to point out specifically is that the screen rests on the inside of the keyboard deck. So if you're to drop it on its side, it won't hit the screen. It'll hit that aluminum band. That's a nice little added benefit of the longevity and the protection of accidental spills and drops. If you were to drop the ProArt, you would be hitting the screen. Or if you were to drop it and it was accidentally open, you'd risk kind of hitting that and breaking that hinge, where the hinge is protected here with it coming out of the keyboard deck. So just little notations. I mean, this is definitely more of a classic clamshell creator laptop look. This definitely has more of the gaming vibes with the Legion 7i, but again, just kind of identifying those key differentiators. Now, going ahead and opening the laptop, taking a look at the inside, the simplistic modern appearance of the ProArt P16 is definitely apparent. We have the nice ridged band going around the screen. We have the inset bezel rather than the plastic bezel on the 7i. You notice a very strong difference between these two devices. I even have a touch screen on the P16 and it is pen compatible. The pen sensitivity is great. You can see some B-roll coming up on the screen of the pen functionality, and you have the ASUS dial, so you can go ahead, customize inside of Photoshop. Here you can even turn up and down your brightness if you so choose, turn up and down your volume, whatever you want to do you can control here with the ASUS dial. Some people consider this a gimmick. Some people consider it, a nice feature for functionality. I've done a full dedicated walkthrough of the dials for the past few years, and you can go ahead and watch that video if you want to get my full thoughts on the dial over the past couple of years, my thoughts on its features and functionality, and if it's a great tool or if it's just a gimmick. If you're looking for a large trackpad, you definitely want to go for the P16. They're both glass, but the size of the trackpad is substantial on the P16 versus the Legion 7i. It is a nice glass trackpad, has great click, but you have more of a dampened, quiet click on the P16, and like I said, it's much larger. If you're looking for full-size arrow keys, you definitely want to go for the Legion 7i. We still have arrow keys and a full-size shift key here on the P16. They're not as large and functional. And if you're looking for that numpad, obviously you want to go for the 7i. Here's a sample of both the keyboards and the trackpads in use so you can hear what they sound like. And of course you have webcams on the top bezel of each of the devices. Here's a sample of the webcam so you can see and hear for yourself. This is the webcam on the Lenovo Legion 7i and a little sample of the audio for you as well. This is a sample of the webcam on the ASUS ProArt P16 from 2025 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. All right, now let's talk about the panel. This is a really big deal in 2025. We now have a brand new 4K 120 hertz refresh rate, 240 plus pixel density, 4K display on the P16. It is, without doubt, the highest quality screen that's on the market right now. You're gonna pay for that. I'm just saying, it's gonna be a far more expensive device. However, if you still want good color accuracy, good color gamut range, but sharpness is not as important to you, then the Legion 7i still has a great panel. There's, bar none, no panel, in my opinion, on the market that's better than the latest P16 panel. For the Legion 7i, we have a 2560 by 1600 OLED display at 240 hertz refresh rate, 484 nits of screen brightness at 100% sRGB, 96% Adobe RGB, and 99% DCI-P3 at a Delta E of 0.62. A great panel, super color accurate. However, looking at the ProArt P16, we have a 4K 3840 by 2400 resolution display at 120 hertz, so you still have a solid refresh rate, 459 nits of screen brightness, 1600 nits of peak screen brightness, 100% sRGB, 97% Adobe RGB, and 99% DCI-P3 at a Delta E of 0.93. Now let's quickly talk about Delta E versus color gamut range. Color gamut range, for anybody that's new to it, is the amount of colors, the range that a screen can reproduce. The Delta E is the accuracy at which that range is reproduced. The lower the number, the higher the accuracy. The higher the number on the color gamut ranges, the larger gamut, the larger range that the screen can reproduce. Both laptops are phenomenal in that. If you're looking for the sharpest screen, I would go for the P16. While we're looking at the display, let's talk about battery life. For the P16, we have a 90 watt-hour battery. For the Lenovo Legion 7i, we have an 84 watt-hour battery. The P16 gets about 8 hours and 17 minutes of pass-mark productivity, 8 hours and 22 minutes of stream video playback, and 4 hours of Photoshop battery life, and about 2 hours and 58 minutes of Premiere Pro playback. For the Legion 7i, 6 hours and 22 minutes of pass-mark productivity, 6 hours and 27 minutes of stream video playback, 2 hours of Photoshop battery life, and 1 hour of Premiere Pro playback. So if you're looking for a little bit more battery life, I would lean you towards the P16. That's pretty standard of Ryzen versus Intel. We're seeing much better battery life out of Ryzen as a whole for the past couple of years now. Okay, we're gonna get into the performance benchmarks here in just a minute, but first let's talk about the exact specifications of each device, then we'll talk about the thermals, then performance. For the ASUS ProArt P16, we have the AMD Ryzen AI9HX 370. The device I have here is the RTX 5090, but it also comes in a 5070. It's at 130 watts of maximum graphics power with 64 gigs of RAM. Now this is gonna shock you, but what I have here with the Legion 7i is the Intel Core Ultra 7 255HX and an RTX 5060. Don't close the video yet, because I think you're going to be shocked at how competitive this laptop actually is with the RTX 5060. We have a lower 115 watts of maximum graphics power and 32 gigs of RAM. Now, for those of you who are also new to maximum graphics power, that's the maximum allowable power that the system pulls through from, say, the charger through the system and then pushes to the GPU. Some are 140 watts, some are 130, some are 115, some are 90, some are 175. It's the amount of wattage that the GPU is allowed to utilize, and that affects the performance. And so you could have a laptop with, say, a 5090, but it could be 130 watts of maximum graphics power versus a 5090 with 175 watts of maximum graphics power. That 5090 with 175 is going to have more performance, which is why you can't just look at the components when it comes to choosing a laptop. You've got to know maximum graphics power as well as how the laptop performs inside of programs, inside of real-world programs, and we're going to get into that here in just a moment after the thermal benchmarks. So looking at the thermal benchmarks for the 7i, on performance mode, we're seeing 53 to 56 decibels of fan noise at 74 to 82 degrees Celsius on the CPU. Now that's a 4K export placed in Premiere Pro, exported out at full quality 4K settings. For the P16 in performance mode, we're seeing 52 to 58 decibels of fan noise at 74 to 82 degrees Celsius. Now let's jump down to the quiet mode. Legion 7i, 41 to 46 decibels of fan noise at 62 to 66 degrees Celsius on the CPU. For the ASUS ProArt on whisper mode, 49 to 51 decibels of fan noise, still kind of loud, at 76 to 79 degrees Celsius. So we're seeing actually a slightly cooler laptop, especially on the quieter mode, the silent mode or the quiet mode, out of the Legion 7i with Intel, which again is pretty standard. Intel tends to run a little bit cooler as a whole. Now, going ahead and looking at the performance benchmarks, I'm going to skip the simulated benchmarks because it's just going to be a totally different thing. What I want to look at is the real-world benchmarks here. And as you can see, in the Photoshop Creator benchmark, I have the 2025 ProArt P16 with a 5090, the 24 P16 with a 4070, and then I have the Legion 7i. So you can see kind of the range. Of course, the 5090 is taking the lead, 9,244 points in the Photoshop Creator benchmark. However, 9,152 out of the Legion 7i. And then you can see 8,343 out of the RTX 4070. 5060 versus 5090. Absolutely insane. Next thing up is going to be Autodesk 3ds Max. 316 points out of the ProArt P16, 276 out of the Legion 7i, and then the P16 with the 4070, 262. Pretty close for all of those benchmarks. Autodesk Maya, 425 versus 378. That's a bit more of a spread, and then you see the 326 for the 4070. PTC Creo, 370 versus 270, 100 points difference. That is a far more substantial difference. PTC Creo definitely seems to be the one that gets the most spread when you get GPU jumps in GPU skews. Next, 128 versus 116. Again, a close call in SolidWorks. But then you look at the 4070, it drops down to about 100 points, about a 15-point difference between 7i, 4070, and then between 4070 and 5090, it's about a 28-point difference. So you can see, some differentiations there for sure, but really all laptops holding their own inside of SolidWorks. Now, the next thing we'll take a look at is the 4K export. The Legion 7i has a 1 minute and 54 second 4K export out of Premiere Pro versus the 2 minute and 19 second export out of the RTX 5090. This 6K B-RAW export, 12 minutes and 6 seconds versus the P16 with the RTX 5090 at 13 minutes and 42 seconds. This is a 5060 versus a 5090. Insane. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the Premiere Pro Playback, we definitely have some notable differences there. The Legion 7i has 1,339 drop frames for 8K B-RAW versus the P16 with 707 drop frames. So about half the drop frames for 8K B-RAW. But how many of you are shooting on 8K B-RAW? Most people are shooting 1080p, 4K, or 6K. I personally shoot 6K B-RAW, and it's 0 drop frames for both 4K and 6K. So both laptops are going to handle that very well. When I put these two laptops head to head, I was stunned with the results. Obviously, there's a few major reasons that you would consider choosing the P16. That screen is next level. There's none that compares. Aluminum chassis, pen compatible, and solid performance. In 3D modeling, you're going to have a good bit more performance out of the device. But when you're looking at these two laptops, $4,000 versus about $1,800 to $2,000, it's crazy that you can get nearly the same performance for about half the price. Remember, links are in the description below if you want to check the live pricing or make a purchase. Otherwise, click or tap the screen here for more videos to help you through your buying decision. I'll see you in the next video.